The wisdom of the Baobab tree. In a small village nestled between the savannah and a river, there stood an ancient baobab tree, whose massive trunk spread wide, providing shade to all who gathered beneath it. This tree was revered by the villagers, not just for its size, but for its wisdom. They believed that the baobab had seen generations pass and held the stories of their ancestors in its branches. One day, a young man named Kofi arrived at the village. He had traveled far from the city, carrying with him the modern ways of life. He wore a suit, a shiny watch, and carried a briefcase. He believed that the old ways of his ancestors, such as farming by the seasons and listening to the wisdom of nature, were outdated. Kofi was determined to convince the villagers to modernize, to use machines and technology to increase their wealth and move away from the traditional ways. Kofi gathered the villagers under the baobab tree and began speaking about how technology could change their lives. He spoke of profits, efficiency, and development. The old ways are slow, he said. It's time to move forward. An elder named Nana, who had lived through countless seasons, stood up slowly. Her face was lined with age, but her eyes held the sharpness of someone who had seen life from many angles. She spoke softly but firmly. "My child," she said, "the baobab tree is a reminder that all growth takes time. Its roots run deep, and its trunk has endured many storms. If we rush to change everything, we may uproot ourselves without knowing where we are going." Kofi was puzzled. "But Nana, we need to adapt to survive. If we don't, we'll fall behind." Nana smiled gently. "The baobab doesn't chase after every breeze. It grows slowly, but it stands firm. We must learn to balance the old and the new. Technology has its place, but it must grow alongside the wisdom of the land, the seasons, and the stories of our ancestors." That day, Kofi spent time with the villagers, learning how they lived in harmony with nature and their traditions. He saw how the village thrived, not just through hard work, but through respect for the earth and each other. Slowly, he began to understand that true progress wasn't about leaving the old behind, but about blending the wisdom of the past with the possibilities of the future. Moral of the story: true progress comes not from discarding the past, but from learning to balance it with the future. Just as the baobab tree grows slowly but stands strong, we too must grow with patience, rooted in the wisdom of those who came before us.